Hey everybody, I am back and today is 11 more days. Yes, 11 more days before you kick in that door. You create that door to 2023. And guys, I wanted to come back and say it's story time. It is story time. So, yesterday we were talking about confidence. And let me get my. I got to get a cord here. Sorry about this. Okay. Ooh, I only have 5% left on my phone. So, we are talking about confidence. And if you missed my video yesterday, go back and watch it. It should be there, or I will leave a link in the bottom where you can just get a copy of it and go watch it along with my daily post that I put up to go along with it. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the author Janice Bryant Howard. And remember when we were talking about confidence yesterday, this is the series Women Entrepreneurs Overcome These Biggest Challenges, right? And we talked about confidence, right? It's hard to accept challenges. You're a pessimist. You have low confidence and low esteem. It's impossible to enjoy your own success. And then we talked about how to be confident. Just to remember that junk in is junk out. Look people in the eye when you talk to them. Don't be afraid to express your opinions when you're in a group setting. Even if you feel a bit nervous, put yourself out there. That's the way you become more confident, because you're going to realize people really do appreciate your input on the world. Realize and embrace the success requires you to fail. So you learn from your failures. You are able to create new methods and that type of thing. So I wanted to talk about a woman who felt like she wasn't confident. She felt like she didn't belong at the table. And here, let's listen to some things about her. Her hometown was from North Carolina. In 1976, she was armed with $900. 2 years later, she founded Act One, which is now a multi-billion-dollar global organization that leads the human resource industry with 2,000 employees across 20 different countries. Can you imagine? Act One is the largest privately held woman-owned workforce solutions in the world. She is a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. You know, she's a mompreneur. She's probably a glam mompreneur. She's an educator, ambassador. She's worked with U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama. In 2016, President Barack Obama appointed her as an advisor to historically black colleges and universities, and she continues her service. So let's hear about what happened to her. So here's story time. And I'm going to try to show you this picture. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I'm going to show it to you. This is Janet Bryant. Janet Bryant Howard. That is her. So I want to read you her prologue. So here we go. Story time. The jumbo jet lowered slowly down the taxiway at Los Angeles International Airport. It turned left and then again onto the runway. The roar of 4 engines rose to full thrust, accelerating the wide-body airplane down the runway faster and faster. The nose came up, and I heard the rumble of wheels clearing the tarmac and retracting into the bay behind my seat. I craned my neck to look out the window at the Pacific Ocean sparkling 2,000 feet below. Gently, the plane banked right, we had arrived first class from LA to Monte Carlo. I was the CEO of a successful and growing business, but this was the first time I had ever flown first class. An organization was honoring the top 50 female entrepreneurs in the world and was bringing us all to Europe, and their awards committee had selected me as an honoree. Now, Trish and I were on the way to a luxurious dinner on the Mediterranean coast. Trish is more like my sister. She is one of my closest friends. I was thrilled to share this experience with her. As the plane thundered through the darkening sky, we truly did enjoy the fine food, comfy reclining seats, and fantastic service of first class. Our cabin made for an idyllic setting and should have felt relaxed. I was literally on the top of the world, but I wasn't relaxed. Something was bothering me. Sky high nerves. Anyone who works with me will tell you I am a supremely confident woman. I am successful founder and CEO. More than 2,000 employees. We process more than 2 million W-2s each year. I've given hundreds of speeches and routinely meet with other CEOs and entrepreneurs. I have even counseled 3 presidents of the United States. During the flight to Monaco, I examined the list, read the bios of the other 49 honorees. These were international superstars. Some were billionaire CEOs. Many ran global brands. They were household names. They graced the covers of Forbes, Fortune Inc., and Fast Company. One woman was the head of a global liquor spirits empire. Another was instrumental in Australia's most famous Pearl dynasty. These women were celebrities of the business world. But I was just me, a neighborhood kid from Tarboro, North Carolina. I keep getting messages coming up on my phone, like 5 of them. While I had fought racism, sexism, and a lot of isms to succeed in business, I didn't feel like anyone who belonged at an event like this one. I'm going to read that again. While I had fought racism, sexism, and a lot of other isms to succeed in business, I didn't feel like anyone who belonged at an event like this one. I hadn't even ridden a car until I was 14 years old. Never mind flying first class to Monaco. I was worried. We've got a lot of work to do for black women, I thought. If I'm the one they invited. Now, did you hear that negative self-talk she said? If I'm the one invited, we have a lot of work to do for black women. Oh my God, girl, I said to Trish. Suddenly, I'm a little panicked. My palms were sweaty. My heart was beating fast. How did we get here? What if they didn't really mean to invite us? What if it's a mistake? Trish could see I was only half joking. Girl, she replied, they're going to have a lot of explaining to do if they invited us over here and we're not supposed to be here. My sister's funny and pragmatic woman, and she always knows just what I need to hear. She looked into my eyes and she said, well, the plane tickets work, so that's a good sign. That cracked both of us up. We're gonna party hard and embarrass them if they try to send us away. By that time, we were making a scene, laughing so hard, we made a pact: no more worrying. We're really going to enjoy this experience. So now we're on the subtopic, I was not accustomed to star treatment. After we deplaned and passed through customs, a wonderful team of people greeted us. They held signs with our names printed on them and whisked us away to in a chauffeur limousine that took us to our hotel. In our room, beautiful gifts awaited us. In fact, every evening we returned to the hotel, we found fabulous new gifts and fresh flowers waiting for us. These people are going to have me breaking my teeth, Trish said after opening one of the gift bags. What are you talking about? I said, as I looked over and saw her rubbing her natural pearls on her teeth to see if they were real. They were. Our host really treated us like royalty. At that point in my career, I was not accustomed to star treatment. I still worried that I didn't belong, that I wouldn't be accepted. Jan, can't you get out of that mode? Trish said. She was trying to lift me up. This is you. Look at this card. That's your name on it, right? This is you. You deserve to be here and you earned it. 2 turds on a plate. The big event was a fancy gala dinner at the Oceanographic Museum and Aquarium. I'm sorry, guys. Made famous by the French conservationist Jacques Cousteau. The museum was incredible, built in a Baroque revival architecture style. I love those kind of architectures. And set on a high cliff overlooking the Mediterranean. Can you imagine how beautiful? I got to go there. The Princess of Caroline of Monaco greeted us as we arrived. The dinner was a big deal, prepared by a 5-star chef. Everyone around us was saying that the ratings for the chef only go up 4 stars, so this chef must be all that and more. But Trish was concerned, and for good reason, as it turned out. When the waiters brought our first course, Trish leaned her nose near the plate. She was sniffing it. What are you doing? I hissed. Stop that! I'm trying to smell to see if this really is what it looks like. It was allegedly some kind of fancy pate. I'm sure it cost a fortune. It looked like 2 turds on a plate. She whispered, "It looks like 2 turds is on a plate." We roared with laughter. Everyone stared at us, but we couldn't stop laughing. That was the highlight of the meal. It went downhill from there. I forgot how many courses they served, but between the 2 of us, we barely ate anything. The food was too fancy and it wasn't filling. Girl, I couldn't eat any of that. If I could keep sitting up here without eating something, I'll get drunk, Trish confided. Trish said, "I don't drink champagne." "Don't drink the champagne." After it was all over, we were still hungry. We made friends with our driver, Joel. "Where do you go to eat?" Trish asked him as we climbed into the car. He was supposed to take us back to the hotel, but Trish had other ideas. Joel listed a bunch of fancy fine dining restaurants, and so Trish called him out. "You're not eating there, though. Where do you go eat when you're hungry?" Joel tried to refuse. "Not a good idea. Where do you go eat when you're hungry?" He says, "Oh no, madame, you do not want to go to the restaurants that we go to." She said, "Yes, we do. Take us there." He hesitated, but we insisted. We made a promise that we wouldn't tell anyone. Then he took us to the restaurant where the locals eat. He described it as a French peasant restaurant. It was one of the best meals I've eaten to this day. Many years later, we still laugh about two turds on a plate prepared by a five-star chef, followed by a French peasant meal that was out of this world delicious. Maybe that's just who we are. Two sisters from Tarboro, North Carolina, invited to the big time, loving every minute of it. Growing up, we all understood that we were expected to share everything from clothes, not just as hand-me-downs, but as hand-me-yours for the day as well, to books, ideas, and knowledge. Many nights in my home, it was common for the older siblings who excelled at one subject to serve as homework master to another. And so it went with the tasks, the toys, and even the latest dance steps. One of the many things I admire about Trish is that she embraces life and enjoys the full experience in a way I experienced and enjoyed the trip through her by watching her embrace it. She broke it all down for me, and that's when I became comfortable in the joy of it. I'm almost done. We are all the same. We are just different jobs. We met some incredible women on that trip. What struck me that each in her own way was, and to a different degree, felt the same emotions I felt. At cocktail parties, as the women sipped the wine and the champagne, they began to open up. They shared their feelings of worry and self-doubt. That was the moment it occurred to me that everyone, no matter how big a mogul or superstar they may be, comes with their own set of insecurities and vulnerabilities. I've been so focused on mine that I didn't realize the other women were feeling the same way. We were all women, entrepreneurs, and sisters in countless ways. It didn't matter where we came from. We were more alike than different. We shared basic needs. Every one of our hotel rooms had shampoo, mouthwash, and toilet paper. We are all human. We all used and needed them. My husband Bernie tells about growing up in England. He said one day the Queen came to visit his small village of Radley in Yorkshire. One of Bernie's young friends mentioned that his father's company custom-made toilets for the Queen. Toilets for the Queen's mate? He asked. Well, if the Queen needs a toilet seat, then she can't be that much different from us. She's just got a different job. It's in that spirit that Bernie and I have raised our two children, and we've taught them that it works both ways. Other people aren't better than you. You aren't better than other people. We've just all got different jobs. That Monaco trip was a real eye-opener for me. On the flight from LAX to Monaco, I was feeling apprehensive and vulnerable. I wondered if I was worthy of being honored along with the impressive group of world's top 50 female entrepreneurs. But by the time we flew home, I had a new outlook. I was running with the big dogs and holding my own. I was so incredibly grateful that my sister Trish was there to support me and share that incredible journey. Some may say, it's not the finish, but the journey that matters most in life. For me, it's not the journey, but the sharing of it that all makes the journey complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you will probably have to watch it in part 1 and part 2 because LinkedIn don't allow you to put long videos up. They're not like Facebook. Wake up, LinkedIn. We should be able to put a video up. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that story. And more importantly, this woman is the top 50 entrepreneur in the world. And she felt that lack of confidence, feeling like she didn't belong at the table, to the point that she thought that they tricked her and that she was going to end up stranded with a joke. And it never did happen that way. She truly did have a good experience outside of the turds, the pate. So thank you so much, and just remember, you are worth it. Bye. Make sure you register for my website in a weekend, where you can learn what you need for your website, so that you can give it to your expert, your developer, your designer. Also, you need to know some of the things that are required to be successful online for your website. So website in a week is a walkthrough. Just go ahead to websiteinaweek.tech, websiteinaweek.tech. Oh, let me go ahead and put the banner up so you can see it. And when you go there, it's a video, 1-minute video that explains and then tell you what we're going to do on each of the 5 days. I can't wait to see you. Bye.